Imagine you're in a room filled with people, and you need to speak up in English. You have the words in your head, but when it's your turn, your heart races, and suddenly, you hesitate. You're not alone. Many people feel this way, even those who've studied English for years. But why do we experience this hesitation? For example, studies have shown that even fluent speakers can experience language anxiety, a term psychologists use to describe the stress of communicating in a non-native language. Today, let us dive into why this happens and explore practical tips to help you speak with confidence. One of the biggest reasons people hesitate to speak English in front of others is the fear of being judged. This fear comes from a place of insecurity about pronunciation, vocabulary, or even grammar. Social comparison. In situations where others may be more fluent, we tend to compare ourselves. This comparison creates a mental block, as we worry about not measuring up to others' expectations or abilities. Negative self-talk, the inner dialogue that tells us we'll make mistakes or sound silly, reinforces this hesitation. Studies show that negative self-talk can weaken confidence, making it harder to communicate clearly. For many, past experiences shape current fears. If you've ever been laughed at, corrected harshly, or felt embarrassed in a previous attempt, it's normal to feel nervous about speaking again. Emotional memory. Our brains remember these moments vividly because they were emotionally charged. These memories can be a barrier, making us reluctant to try again for fear of repeating the embarrassment. Perfectionism is a huge factor that keeps us from speaking up. Many believe they need to sound perfect before they speak, but this mindset creates unnecessary pressure. Expecting fluency instantly, people often set high standards for themselves, expecting to speak perfectly even if they've only practiced for a short time. But language learning, like any skill, takes time and regular practice. Focus on mistakes. When we aim for perfection, even small mistakes feel magnified. A mispronunciation or minor grammar error becomes a big deal, making us feel less confident and causing us to hesitate. Many people learn English in a controlled, academic setting, where they're more focused on reading and writing. But real-life conversations bring a different set of challenges. Limited speaking practice. Practicing grammar and vocabulary is one thing, but speaking fluidly requires regular, real-time practice. Without it, we feel unprepared to express our thoughts quickly and confidently. The speed of conversations can feel fast-paced, especially in group settings. If you're not used to keeping up with this pace, it's easy to hesitate or freeze up when it's your turn to speak. Social conditioning also plays a role. People from cultures where English is not the primary language often feel a stronger barrier to speaking it publicly. Respect and politeness. Some cultures emphasize respect for authority, which can make people more self-conscious about speaking up, especially in formal settings or around perceived experts. Different speaking styles. In the US, for example, people may speak more directly, while other cultures value indirect communication. This difference can make non-native speakers feel uncertain about how to engage in English. So how can we overcome this hesitation? Here are some practical tips to help ease that nervousness and build confidence. Tip 1. Start small and build confidence. Begin with small conversations in familiar settings. Speak English with friends, in casual settings, or even practice in front of a mirror. Each small interaction builds confidence. Tip 2. Accept imperfections. Remember, even native speakers make mistakes. Instead of aiming for perfection, focus on clear communication. Embrace the occasional slip-up as part of the learning process. Tip 3. Visualize success. Visualization can be powerful. Picture yourself speaking confidently in English. Imagine the ease and flow of the conversation. Visualization helps your mind prepare for real-life situations. Hesitating to speak English in front of others is natural, but every small effort counts. Each time you speak, you're building confidence and breaking down that barrier. Remember, the goal isn't perfection, it's about connecting with others and expressing yourself. So go ahead, take that first step. You might be surprised at just how empowering it can be. Every word you speak builds confidence appears on screen.